Hello everybody, this is the mechanic guy with you. Today we're going to be replacing brake pads and rotors on a 2015 Cadillac Ats 2.0 turbo all-wheel drive. And that's for the front brake pads and rotors. First we're going to start jacking up the vehicle. But before you do that, you got to loosen the lug nuts first using a 19mm and breaker bar. And after you loosen the lug nuts, jack up the vehicle and make sure you block the back wheels for safety reasons. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and do that and get back to you. Alright. Okay, I'm back. Alright. This is what we did right here. We took the tire off, and this is your Brembo caliper. And before you start, make sure you turn the wheel all the way to the right to do the driver's side. Okay, and for the people that are doing just the brake pads, you're gonna need something like this, similar, to hammer the pins out. These two pins right here, and a hammer. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna hammer these two pins out, remove the hardware and the two pins, and then all you need to do is slide these two brake pads out. Sometimes they're stuck. Just gotta hammer a little bit from the top or bottom and just pull them out a little bit at a time. Don't force them to come out. Okay? And before you put the new ones on, you're gonna need a screwdriver to put it between the brake pad and rotor and just push on these two pistons. That way you have room for the new ones, because they're gonna be a lot thicker than old ones. And then once you do one side, you move to the other one, do the same thing. You push against the brake pad and push these two pistons right here. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then move to the rotor, because today like I said, I'm doing the brake pads, placing brake pads and the rotor. Okay, all right, we'll be back. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and set my phone down so I can use my both hands and work on removing the brake pads. Just watch me, I'm gonna show you how. Okay. All right. Like I said, we're gonna start with these two pins right here. So I'm gonna hammer them out. Just a little bit at a time. Okay, then we'll move to the bottom one. Okay. Make sure you push them all the way out, just like I'm doing right now. Okay. Now I'm gonna get push on the hardware down, make it easy for the pin to come out. Here's the bottom one. Now the top one's gonna come off easy. Alright, I'm gonna set them just like this. And when you put them back, make sure these two, they go underneath that clip right there. Now, like I said, all we need to do, just slide these brake pads out. And if I'm just doing the brake pads, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the screwdriver between the brake pad and the rotor, and I'm just going to push on two pistons, and then I'm going to slide this out, put the new one in, and move to the other side, do the same thing. That's all you need to do for the brake pads, and put the 2 pins and the hardware back on. Okay, so for me I'm going to do also the rotor. So I'm going to move the brake pads out. Yep, it's time for them to be replaced. Same thing for this one. This one is a little stuck, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to push on it a little bit. Just move it a little bit at a time until it comes out nice and easy. Don't force it, don't hammer it hard, none of that. Okay, see how it's coming out? I'm going to use this. And it's out. Alright, just 2 brake pads. Okay, right now, if you are replacing the rotor, you're going to have to remove the caliper. And the way to do that, you're going to be using 21 millimeter. Gotta go get it. This is not the right one. You're going to be using 21 millimeter for 2 bolts. I'll show you these 2 bolts right here. Okay. The bolts that you're going to be removing to replace your rotor is this one. I don't know if you can see it, but there's one right there, and there's one on the bottom right there. Okay, gonna be removing those 2 bolts. I said 21 millimeter or 13/16. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and remove the caliper. Place the ratchet and 13/16 in there. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna help with this key right here. So I'm gonna go this way and push, because these bolts are kind of tight. So raise the phone down and do that. There you go. Alright. This one is loose. I'm gonna move to the other one. Do the same thing. Alright. Okay. One there's loose. This one's out. one. I'm going to use this, or you also can use a bungee cord to secure the caliper so you won't mess up the brake line. I'm going to do this. I'm going to hook it on the strut and leave it there. Okay, you see how I did hung the caliper? Hook on the strut. Like I said, you can also use the bungee cord. Now I'm going to move to the rotor, and the rotor has a little screw and it's a star, and the key for that is this one right here, a T30 star. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that and remove the rotor. We'll go from there. Okay, I have removed the rotor, so I'm gonna go ahead and clean all this rust out. That way next time when you replace it, it's easy to come out. And one thing that you need to do is make sure you have the right part, the right rotor. This is my old one. This is my new one. And then what I'm gonna do, let me sit down on the phone. And this is what you do. Just make sure they're the right size. And that is the same as this. So we got the same part. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and clean this area over here. Put the new one on. And we'll go from there. Alright, we got the new rotor on. And one thing that I don't want to tell you, these rotors, they come with the grease from the factory. So make sure you clean them from the inside and outside using brake cleaner and a towel. Alright, now what we're going to do, we're going to put the caliper back on and the new brake pads, and that's it. Alright, I'm gonna set the phone down so I can use my both hands. Do that. There you go. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna clean it a little bit. For the brake pads to slide easy. Alright, good enough. sure they're tight. You don't want these two bolts loose. It's very dangerous. Okay. I'm going to use my breaker bar to make sure they're tight. And do not tighten too much because you're going to strip them. You're going to feel it when they're tight. You stop right there. Right there. All right. They're tight. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on. This is the only one just to push the pistons. Go ahead and do this. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and put the brake pads on, and be right back.